You know, a few months ago, I was scrolling through the Steam library. Not necessarily to buy anything, just some quick window shopping, you know? As I was window shopping, though, I did stumble across this game. And at the time, I didn't really care that much. I just kinda moved on with my day. Though I did make an honest effort to at least remember the thumbnail in case, I don't know, I want to go look at it again some other time. Anyway, that some other time is now. Needy Streamer Overload is a game, a visual novel life sim hybrid starring this young lady named Ami. She wants to become the best streamer on the internet. So she plays the persona of a super stylish angel girl under the alias K-Angel. She's adorable in her little outfit. You play the role of Ami's partner, or P-chan as she calls you. Their goal is just to guide her through her day-to-day life. This is a very simple premise and I really like that. The game runs on a calendar-based system, lasting for 30 days. And every day is separated into 3 separate parts, the 3 being noon, dusk, and night. During noon and dusk, you can do a bunch of stuff, all of which obviously take time out of your day. You can explore Japan, browse the internet, sleep, take meds, other things too. And while it's nighttime, you can do all the things mentioned before in addition to one other thing. Streaming, but we'll get to that later. And I hear you asking, why do you do this? What's the point? Well, maybe if you give me a moment, I'll answer, stupid. It's to balance this task manager that you have over here. It's what's essentially Ame's stats, and you're trying to balance those. Followers are, well, the amount of followers she has. Stress is... what do you think? Affection determines how much Ami loves P-chan. I'd recommend keeping a balance with this thing, cause, if she loves you too much, she loses self-control, and if she loves you too little, she just straight up cucks you. I'm not kidding, by the way, she dates someone who's wearing a horse mask, and you get an achievement called cucked. But finally, there's mental darkness. While not having an immediate effect on the game, mental darkness determines the endings that you get. More on that later. While Ami does activities, these 4 stats will be changing depending on what you do. I just really like the sense of freedom that this game gives you. It's nice. Now that I think you've waited long enough, let's talk about, well, streaming, which is this game's main gimmick. While playing as the K-Angel personality through this really slick animation, Ami will stream whatever P-chan tells her to. She could stream things like simple gaming, or just chatting, or venting, or nerd stuff. You get the picture. While she's streaming though, it's P-chan's job to control the chat log during the stream, deleting comments that she wouldn't like, and clicking super chat so that she can read them out loud. These do affect the stats I mentioned earlier, but I won't lie, it's really cute to see Ami read the chats out loud. Something I mentioned earlier were endings. There's a lot of them, specifically 24, and you get different ones depending on where your stats are. And they're... oh my god. I think it would be better if I explained some of them in full detail. The creepiest ending in this game, at least in my opinion, occurs if Ami's depressed enough. She notices that she's getting a lot more hate than usual on the internet. Later that same night, she starts streaming and she gets a couple negative comments. She lets them get way into her head and she starts having a breakdown. Right before throwing up on camera, of course. As time goes on, Ami gets even worse. In fact, she's gone fully berserk and psychotic. She has an awful reputation on the internet, people found out her real identity, and she's been doxxed. The final cutscene shows a stream called... In this stream, Ami talks about religion and her love for anime while bloodied and holding a funeral picture of herself. Oh dear. Once the stream ends, a pop-up appears, which says, more unsettling things that I can't read. But after a quick Google search, I found out that it reads, now she is truly happy. Dear God. I did not expect this game to freak me out a lot. Like, yeah, I knew this game was a psychological horror game from the Steam tags and the warning in the beginning, but I did not expect this. And the game only threw more punches at me when I got more depressing or really creepy endings. For example, in this ending, Ami gets really sad if you don't reach 500,000 followers within the 30-day time limit. However, she explains to P-chan that she has a way of getting a ton of eyes on her. She later then streams herself on a rooftop, telling all her viewers goodbye right before she jumps off. Oh, or how about this really creepy ending where Ami looks at you through a screen and talks about how she's self-aware about being in a video game. But here's this one. The true ending is unlocked by getting all other possible endings. A brand new file appears and instead of a normal playthrough, Ami begins DMing P-chan about watching her do something. Well, okay, what do you gotta show me? What the fuck? Yeah, the game will play itself throughout the entire 30 days, but she does it super fast, so it only takes a couple minutes in real time. After all the days are up, Ami explains that she did everything by herself. She doesn't need you anymore and wants to pursue her own future. That's the last thing she ever says to you. The game doesn't end though. You're still controlling Pichon. Closing the mess of other windows on the desktop reveals this note called secret.txt. This note has actually been here since the very start. However, you weren't able to open it. Until now. It says a whole 3 paragraphs worth of stuff. But the TLDR is that, well, Pichon doesn't actually exist. They're imaginary. Only made up by Ame to keep her company during streaming.
And that's the game. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. It's a visual novel kinda, yeah, but there's more stuff you can do. I recommend this game for people who have a thing for taking care of mentally ill women. Or if you just want a simple visual novel, I'm not judging. Oh, and now before I forget, there's an official music video for this game. That's all I really wanted to say. Goodbye!